What's up, YouTube? Bandit back with you. Last week obviously didn't have an upload, and I had mentioned in my video previously that I had surgery scheduled for last week, so depending on how I felt would be whether or not I would get a video out. So obviously did not get a video out over the weekend. I had my surgery last Friday. I'm doing fine now, everything's good to go. kind of funny though. So surgery was on my mouth. Anyways, had dental surgery, and the old lady, she's out of town, so I ended up because they were giving me a like mild sedation, or I think that's what they called it. So it wasn't like anesthesia where they were putting me under. It was a pill that you take, and it essentially sedates you, and typically you are going to fall asleep during it, but it's not anesthesia, so it's a little bit different. But either way, I had to have someone drive me to and from, right, because I wouldn't be able to drive myself after. And so I had a buddy of mine drive me and come out of the surgery. I remember my buddy being there, and he drove my truck. I remember my buddy being there, and I remember them having to wheel me out in, you know, a wheelchair, because that's their policies, right? After you've been sedated or anesthesia or anything like that, they wheel you out. So I remember them like wheeling me out in a wheelchair, and then my buddy being there with the truck, and me just like hopping up out of the wheelchair and jumping up into my truck, and my truck's lifted, right? So jumping up into my truck without the doctor like helping me out of the wheelchair or anything first. I remember doing that. He was like, whoa, hold on, geez. And I just like hopped up into my truck, and I was like, I'm good. I remember bits and pieces of the drive home, but not like the entire drive home, which is also ironic because my buddy told me that as soon as like he got back into the driver's side of the truck to drive me home, he went to go pull up my address on you know, GPS and everything, and he told me that. I said to him, I was like, oh man, don't worry about it, I'm fine, like I can navigate you home. And he was like, okay. And I did. I navigated him all the way back to my house, and it's not like I'm a short drive from where I was getting the surgery done. It's an hour, a little over an hour, depending on traffic, back to my house. And I just navigated him the whole way home. No idea that I was doing it after the fact. Like I said, I remember bits and pieces of the drive, but not the entire drive. But anyways, so then I get home, and I remember telling him like, oh man, I'm good, like you don't need to worry about getting out to walk me in, I'll just walk into the house. And granted, he was in my truck, but he asked to borrow my truck after he dropped me off. And this is, we had, you know, set up all this prior to me getting surgery for some other things, and I was like, yeah man, that's fine, you can borrow my truck. So he ended up borrowing my truck afterwards. So anyways, I remember walking into the house, getting into the house, and then next thing I knew, like I woke up. I guess I went to sleep, right? And I woke up, and it was several hours later. But when I woke up, I like vaguely remembered looking at my phone and playing on my phone for a little while, and like looking at different things that I wanted to order. And then it was like that moment of like, you know, when you drunk text or drunk call somebody, essentially that's what you are on that medication. Like you're drunk, right? Like you're not gonna blow like a 0.08 alcohol content or anything like that, and but you are drunk. Like you're not really comprehending what's going on, right? So it was one of those oh crap moments of like drunk texting, but instead drunk ordering. I was like, did I just order a bunch of crap? And sure enough, I did. I went through my emails and all the email receipts of ordering a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have ordered. It's not a huge deal. Like it's all stuff that I planned to purchase, just not all at the same time and right then. But it is what it is. I went ahead and bought all the stuff, so oh well, not a big deal. We'll be fine. It's not going to put me into a hard situation or anything money wise. It was just one of those like, ah dang it, that's what I get. And of course, like I said, so the old lady's not here, so I had no one there with me at the house of like, no, put your phone down, or you know what I'm saying, like when you're drunk with a buddy and then you go to drunk text somebody and they're like stopping you. Yeah, I had no one to stop me from ordering things when I was in that state of mind. So I ordered a bunch of things. One of the things I did order though is what I'm currently wearing on my arms. So I may or may not have told you all this in the past. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have to ride in long sleeves. It's a requirement for my job. So I'm required to wear long sleeves. Because of that, that's why I'm always wearing long sleeves when I ride. I have a bunch of flannels, and that's typically what I'm wearing, and they're by Dixon Flannel. They're really nice flannels. They're not overly hot either. So when you're off the bike, yeah, they get hot, but I can take that off because I always have an undershirt on. When you're riding, they're not so bad, right? But they do get hot still, and I would prefer to be in short sleeves. In the summer, I just have to ride with full sleeves. So I was thinking about getting some of those fishing shirts, those long sleeve fishing shirts that are breathable, moisture wicking, you know, UV protection, but they still keep you cool, right, for when you're out on the water. So I was looking at those, and I mean, they were ranging anywhere from like $30 on the cheaper end to like $80 or more on the more expensive end. And I'm like, geez, like I don't want to spend that much on just some shirts to ride in. So I was looking around, and I had been looking around for a while, and not all of this while I was in that state of mind, but I stumbled across a company called SA Company, and I think it's like safishing.com or something. There's their little symbol, if you guys can see that in the camera. I stumbled across them because they also sell some fishing shirts. But then when I was on their website, I saw what they have called arm shields. And so it's essentially like an arm sleeve, right, that you just put on to protect your arms from UV rays, and they're moisture wicking and breathable. And I was like, well, shoot, I could order those and just wear them with a t-shirt, and that would give me my long sleeve or my full sleeve requirement for riding, and yet they're breathable and everything else. So I ordered a bunch of pairs. I was gonna order, and that's where I did this while in a weird state of mind came in. So I'd done the research beforehand, and I stumbled across that website, and then I was like, okay, you know, I'll think about it, whatever, right? And then when I came back from surgery, they apparently had a special going on of like buy one sleeve, and they sell the sleeves individually. So it was like buy one sleeve, get 3 free. So it was like 15 bucks, and you got 2 sets of arm sleeves, essentially, right? So 4 sleeves. I ended up buying like 3 sets, right? Which cost me, you know, 45 bucks for 3 sets of sleeves. Or sorry, I bought 3 of the promotions. That gave me 6 sets of sleeves. There you go. But one shirt would have costed me $30 to $45 if I went on the cheaper end. So I wasn't upset about it. I had planned to just, you know, buy 1 set and give them a try and see if I liked them. But anyways, I ended up buying 6 sets. But I got plenty now to last me, so when I sweat through one, I can wash them and I got more. Or if they wear out over time, because I'm sure they will. But anyways, that is what I'm currently wearing on my arms. So I will switch to that camera, and as you can see, they are just sleeves, right? So if I pull up this sleeve, you can see that's my shoulder, my skin. So they just come up over your arms, and honestly, it doesn't feel like I have anything on my arms. It feels like I'm wearing a t-shirt while I'm riding. It's letting all the air through, but it's providing moisture wicking as well. But yeah, so those are my arm sleeves, and they are really nice. I like them so far. Like, this is my first ride that I've done with them, but so far they are very nice. Like I said, it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing anything on my arms. And then the other benefit to them is when I get to someplace, like right now, which I'm pulling to Lowe's to pick up a few items, I can get off the bike like this, and then I can just take my gloves off like I typically do, to throw them in a saddlebag, and then I can do this. Just super nice. And just take them off. Then yeah, Now I'm at a stop and took them off. I'm in a normal t-shirt. Throw them into a bag like that. And there we go. But anyways, I'm gonna run inside, grab what I need to grab, and then I'll be back out here and come back to this video back in a little bit. All right, back with you guys. So I just left Lowe's, heading back now to the house. But yeah, so as I was saying, these sleeves, they're actually really nice. You stay cool. Air goes right through them, so feels like you're not even wearing sleeves, and it's actually keeping the sun off your arms to keep you from getting sunburnt. So I like them. I'm happy with my purchase, although it was kind of in a state of mind where I probably should have been buying a bunch of stuff, but it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. So I do like them. There's a few other things I bought, nothing really to do with riding. This was really the only thing I purchased that had anything to do with riding. Oh, but on another note, in my last video I talked about how I had ordered some parts for the bike, and then one of the parts was damaged, and it was a very small amount of damage in a spot that wasn't so noticeable. So but I went ahead and decided I was going to reach out to the company, and I did. They got back to me and they gave me two options. They were like, you know, that's fine, you can send it back to us and we'll send you another one as soon as we have it ready, or we can send you a vial of touch-up paint for the area that it's in and how small it is, if you want to do that, and that'll get you, you know, get it the fix faster and be able to get it on the bike. And so I chose to go that route. Like I said in the previous video that I uploaded, the damage is very small. It's in a spot you're never really going to notice. My biggest concern was, because it was chipped paint, was that the chipping would spread. But if I can take a thing of vial touch-up paint, touch it up, essentially seal it, then we should be good to go. And like I said, it's in a spot that you're never going to notice anyways. So I was like, you know what, that's fine, send me the vial of touch-up paints. They went ahead and did that. I got that in earlier this week. I got that in, so I'm gonna work on getting the installs done and getting those videos to you guys as well. But that's pretty much all I have for this video. I just wanted to kind of say, hey guys, I'm back. Everything went fine with the surgery. I've got a follow-up appointment next week. I will say the worst part about this surgery, since it has, you know, to do with my mouth, was not even pain afterwards. I mean, I don't feel like, I mean, yeah, I could feel that they had done work in my mouth, right? Like, yeah, obviously my mouth is a little sore, a little tender, right? But I mean, overall, like, I never took the meds that they gave me because I just never was in enough pain to want to take them. I don't know. Yeah, so overall, like, my pain level hasn't been bad at all. Yeah, those first couple days, which was last weekend, so I had the surgery on Friday. Those first couple days I didn't really want to talk much, so that's why I didn't do a video and try and upload it, because yeah, the more I moved my mouth, the more sore it would get. So I didn't do a whole lot of talking, right? And those first couple days after it. But honestly, I mean, my pain level was never really all that bad. Went back to work on Monday, worked this whole week, no issues there. Worst part about it was the fact that I am on essentially a soft food diet. For the first couple days, first like 2-3 days, I had to be on a liquid only, so it was like a bunch of smoothies and protein shakes and crap like that, because that's all I could do. And I couldn't even do like soup, because soup was hot, and hot would cause it to reopen or, you know, bleed more or whatever. So I had to be like smoothies, protein shakes, and that's pretty much it for those first few days. So I got very, very tired of drinking protein shakes. And then I moved to what is called soft food diet. So food that you can eat without very much chewing involved. So things like pasta, where you can pretty much just swallow it. What else? Like mac and cheese, right? Big one. Mashed potatoes. What else have I eaten? I've done some like baked beans, right? I've done pots of baked beans and eaten that for dinner. I started moving now into like chili and stuff like that I can eat, because again, you can swallow that without really, depending on how much you put in your mouth, right, you can swallow it without really having to chew anything. So I'm on a soft food diet, and that is supposed to last until my follow-up appointment mid next week. That's the worst part about this. Like, I want a real meal. I am so hungry all the time. And it's not like I'm not eating, like I am. It's not the same type of food, you know. It's not a piece of chicken or a steak or something like that actually like is hearty and fills you up. I want real food. That's the worst part about this. Like Chick-fil-A. Oh my god, what'd I do? I passed a Chick-fil-A earlier when I was going to Lowe's. I was like, what'd I do for a Chick-fil-A sandwich? Or just a sandwich in general, a burger. Like anything like that, I would love to have right now. But only a few more days left of this soft food diet, and then hopefully everything will have look like it healed properly, well enough, whatever, so that I can go back to eating normal food again that I can chew. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this video. If you guys got any questions about anything or about these like sleeves, right? Oh, that's another point I wanted to make. So I'm sure there are other companies that make these sleeves as well. SA is probably not the only one. They're just one that I happened to stumble upon and I went ahead and purchased. But hey, they're great. I like them. They do what they need to do. Provide me with sleeves so I can ride but don't get hot and keep the sweat wicked away. And I really do like them. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now. If you guys got any questions about anything, leave them down in the comments down below. If you like the videos that I'm putting out, hit that thumbs up for me. That'll really help me out. If you haven't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. And as always, stay safe out there, keep the rubber side down, and I'll see you on the road. Bandit out.